All right, for our last news piece, Until You Fall is arriving on PlayStation VR and Oculus Quest. So, Shell Games, what? Oh, I see. Shell Games VR hack and slash. This is just a lot of. Okay, I'm gonna have to like. This sounded okay in my head, but no, saying it out loud is not happening. Okay, so so Until You Fall, made by Shell Games, is leaving early access sometime in fall 2020. When it does, it will be coming out on two platforms: PlayStation VR and Oculus. Wait, and Oculus Quest. Does it?
Yep.
Is it? Did I? Is it supposed to be? It also comes out on these platforms.
Basically at the same time as it comes out of early
Okay,
access, it launches
gotcha.
fully on these two.
Okay, so yeah, guys, this is going to be on PC. It's going to be on PSVR, and it's going to be on Oculus Quest. That's like,
Sweet.
that's perfect. That's what every VR game should be at this point. Absolutely. And it's going to be out on Oculus Store and Steam VR Store for those that are curious. So it's super cool. When it releases, we're going to see a lot of like performance optimizations, balance updates, bug fixes, a lot of like general just make it like polished sort of stuff. So I don't think we've been able to personally own this game, right? You don't own it, right, Jay? Yeah. So we don't own this game. I try to stay away from early access games in general, even VR ones, unless um unless I think there's not anything significant to like single player games. I tend to wait till they're just released. Onward, I think, is still technically early access, and so I picked that up because I don't even know when they're going to be out of early access, and the game seems fine. So I'm super excited to see this. I'm waiting till it is, quote, fully released before I'm picking this one up. But it looks pretty cool. There was a game that it reminded me of that I could not remember the name of, and I couldn't easily Google it. But if anyone knows what I'm talking about, it was like this. It kind of came out when. So this is for like mobile gaming. They were like back when like let's see, there was Modern Combat, Nova, and like Call of Duty Nazi Zombies. Back when like those were the games to play on phones, like early iPhone sort of deal. There was another really popular one, Infinity Blade. That's what it was. Infinity Blade. For all 10 of you that are like, oh, I loved Infinity Blade. You now get to fulfill your dream in VR. Maybe the next closest thing would be, what's that Ubisoft game that did sort of well? You don't play enough regular PC games, Jay.
I
I
do
can't
not.
rely on you
Games?
for this.
I do not.
Ugh.
Adam's not
Yeah.
here this week. You're just effed over there.
Are you even going to be able to talk on our discussion section?
You didn't put what it was on the script, so I have no idea.
What do you mean? It's literally at the bottom of the script. Games we'd like to see in VR.
Oh, there's a spot that says title. You can't see the script, audience. There's a spot that says title and has a little spot to put it, and then he put a couple enters down lower. So I didn't realize it.
Here, let me make it real. All right, you better think on this. While better
Process in the back of your brain.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This game that we're talking about right now, it looks cool. If you're fighting with swords, of course the footage we saw was only early access, so it's probably it probably.
I was trying to fight with a sword. I'm so sorry.
They're in the
Okay,
same room, guys.
Hang on. We're sharing a mic between us, and she just punched the crap out of it.
I sorted it.
She sorted the crap out of the mic. So the footage we've seen is in early access, and it did show some teleporting and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure that's all going to be fixed. But I am excited because outside of like Skyrim and a few others that have done a little bit, like there still hasn't been a lot of great sword play yet, I feel like. And I'm interested to see what they do with it, because like there's a game called Shadow Legends that did it really well. Like you actually had to block your enemy's swings. No, just Shadow Legends. You had to block your enemy's swings with your sword, and then that would open up a moment where you could actually attack. And that's what the game's neat, because too many of them, you just reach your hand out and swing your hand violently and you kill your enemies. And that's not the kind of sword play we want. We want to feel like we're actually having a battle. So I'm hoping this one kind of nails that. It looked like in the trailers it kind of does. So I'm excited to see what this is like when it comes out of early access.
Right. I finally remembered what that game's called. So it's like For Honor, guys. So it's a similar principle of like when they attack a certain way, you have to defend a certain way, um, and vice versa. And then there's like blocking, and it's a little bit more like preset mechanics into the game that makes it both more intuitive and provides some direction to its gameplay. And we've been seeing more and more of that in a lot of these styles of games on uh, uh, for regular 2D screen games, I guess. Chivalry, uh, Mordhau, For Honor. All these games have kind of figured out you don't want just random flailing of the sword. You want some more specific gameplay mechanics of swipe this way, then dodge this way, and then there's like a sort of dance between the two players as they work those mechanics between each other. So this one's really working on that. I think it'll do really well if it pulls this off. I think that'll provide some depth to the gameplay that's less random and more interesting. Do we know if this is PvP or PvE?
I do not know that. I believe, I feel like looking
just
at it,
watched-
it was one
yeah.
player, but
I just rewatched the trailer and I couldn't really tell what it was, to be honest. I think I thought it was person versus environment. I think it's person versus environment. The third comment down reminds me of Infinity Blade. So I'm not the only one.
That's his comment.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
I'm extremely excited. I think this is going to be a fun one.
You sound extremely excited.
I always am. This is
I'm
my
extremely
excited voice.
excited.
This is my excited voice. I don't get too crazy unless it's
really cool.
Unless it's a PlayStation VR exclusive. One thing before we concluded the news section, I needed to say, we talked about Rogue Squadrons a couple weeks ago. We talked about like the first day the news had come out, and multiple news outlets had said this was coming out PC VR, PlayStation VR, and standalone. All of them were edited by the next day and got rid of the word standalone. So we said we thought this was coming to Quest. We thought that, standalone meant Quest as far as Rogue Squadrons. That is wrong. That is not happening. So you need to link it up if you have a Quest. That's the only way you're going to be able to play it. But know that. I'm sorry we said that wrong. We're not too big to say, hey, we screwed up on re-reporting someone else's news. So our bad, our mistake. I just want to make sure we got that out there to everybody.
So, do you know if it's going to be on the Oculus store or if it's going to be just like on Steam VR?
It said Oculus, Steam, Origin. I don't even know why it would say Origin. Like it said all the platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, Epic. Like it said it was going to be on everything. And originally the word standalone was on there, but now they switched all of them to PC and PlayStation. So yeah, it's going to be available pretty much everywhere, but you're not going to be able to play on the Quest without a link or, of course, playing it through your Wi-Fi with the virtual desktop if you're one of those cool people who knows how to do that.
All right. Interesting.
Painful.
That is good to point out. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. You got any news pieces for us, Natalie?
No. I don't have a script.
Maybe I should have put a news piece for you just to see how you do.
I would do great.
Make up some fake news real quick about the VR industry.
Right. Fake news.
But then they'll tell us we're a fake news source. I don't want to be fake news.
Moving on.
Damn.